Okay, so hi everyone. Hello, my fellow friend and my lovely lecturer. For our assignment, we decide to do issue about filthy tofu factories surrounded with cockroaches infestation. Next. So this is my group member. We are from group 7. First is Nur Syairah binti Hamdan. Second is myself, Nuradiba binti Nur Azman. And third is Aini Hanisa binti Muhammad Shalih. Next. Okay. So basically, we're going to highlight 4 points for our presentation. First is introduction, second issue, third treatment, and fourth which is prevention. Okay, so I'm gonna start with introduction. So basically, this issue is about Dalford Food Manufacturing, which is a food industry company based on Singapore, and they produce traditional Chinese flavor-based product. For example, egg tofu, Hakka tofu, North tofu, and takwa. Unfortunately, on 31st October 2019, the company was fined for 3,000 dollars Singapore for hygiene lapses and poor maintenance of its premises by Singapore Food Agency, which or SFA. So SFA is a national authority and trust to ensure a resilient supply of food safety and food security for Singapore. Next. Okay, so what is infestation? So basically, infestation is the presence of an unusual large number of insect or animal in a place and cause damage or diseases. So the cause for this issue is basically the pest itself, which is cockroaches, and it causes infrastructure damage because the factory itself is use unsuitable materials such as wood for door inside the factory. So the future effect of this issue, if the manufacturer do not take any action, is they can cause foodborne illnesses. So why I said this issue can cause foodborne illnesses because the cockroaches commonly spread bacteria such as Salmonella and E. coli, and the foodborne disease that is spread by cockroaches through contamination and primarily through their feeding habit. So if the cockroaches feed on an item infected with foodborne illnesses, the disease bacteria can remain in their digestive system for a month or more. So this bacteria that living within the cockroach digestive system is then deposited through the cockroach feces, and then it will continue to contaminate anything that it touch, such as the manufacturer raw ingredient, cooking utensil, and food processing machineries. Next. So
So now we are in a second part, which is the issue of the food manufacturing. As you can see, on the walls, they have mold of bacteria that usually we can see in a wet area. Other than poor hygiene and sanitation process, that might be the factory have poor ventilation around the manufacturing process. Usually, in a food industry, they use the heat transfer to make the product. So there must be water vapor. So the water vapor might be just trapped at the top in the manufacture. Referring to the materials of the walls, we can judge they use low quality of to build the walls, might be from ceilings. On the next picture, we can see there is a scoop that used as a door stopper, and we can see there the door made from the woods, and quarter of the door is damaged already. Next. Again, other than practice the hygiene and sanitation on the drainage systems, the tofu manufacturer usually have okara. Okara is the waste product of the tofu. Might be the Dolford food manufacture, in Dolford food manufacture, they don't teach or manage the worker to handle the okara. They just throw the okara in that poor drainage systems. Next, poor housekeeping. As stated on the news, as stated in the news, the Dolford food manufacturer have problem with the poor housekeeping. The manager don't have the proper scheduled time for the worker to working in the correct shift with the correct amount of workers, and might be the manager don't stress on the handling process towards the towards the factory and also the foods production. On for the third part is treatment. First is on the structural damage. First is door. The door have to be always closed to prevent the cross contamination from occur in between the workers. Second, doors made from stainless steel for easy to clean and to look more hygiene, or made from plastic also can. And third, it control employees flow, which is a big manufacturer. You should have a two different flow for in and out. Next, out wall. Uh, of course, they have to look cleanable and well maintained and free from services and fracture. And the walls must be should have layer with suitable materials such as tile or epoxy, so easy for them to do the sanitation every day after finish the tofu process. Next, floor. The floor should easy to clean and not slippery. This is important for the worker safety, and has curvy angle between the floor and wall, so it easy for the water flow. Next, treatment for the poor drainage system. First, pooling of water. Drain should available around the wet area. Second, provide the net in the drain to trap the rubbish or dirt for easy cleaning. Third, cleaning the area should have curvy angle to trap water. And last, do not throw the waste product into the drainage system. As I said before, the okara, if the company don't want to sell for the feed animal, they have to handle and throw it properly. Next, poor housekeeping is the main issue. For the maintenance, if efficient working order should apply and replace or fix broken or damaged item as soon as possible. Of course, this is important for the workers and also for the food, so that it's not easy to be infected. Regular inspection by supervisor and manager. This is important for the working flow. Usually the factory have to shift, so the manager should be always inspect them. And last, always follow the SOP. For the Singapore, they have to follow the SOP as stated by the SFA. And next,
Okay, next I will present about prevention. Prevention. Okay. In prevention, we apply 11 principles of sanitary design. Okay, firstly is control the movement of personal material flow to reduce hazard. Okay. First, the factory should establish traffic and process flow that control the movement of production workers, managers, visitors, QA staff, and other material for sanitation or factory product to reduce safety risk. Second is water accumulation control inside the facility. Okay, at this point, the factory need to construct a building system such as floor, wall, ceiling, and supporting infrastructure and prevent accumulation of water. Okay. Accumulation of water will cause smelly air and it will cause littering and accident during the working time. Okay. Three is building envelope facilities sanitary condition. Okay. Uh, as a manufacturer, they need to construct the building envelope such as door, fence, louvers, or utility to prevent harborage of insects in their in their factory. And they need good aeration system to have a good quality product. Okay, number four. Next is site element facilitate sanitary condition. Okay, in this point, manufacturer need to produce site elements such as exterior ground, lighting, grading, and water management system to facilitate sanitary condition. Okay, uh, for example, good water management system will prevent from clogged drain because clogged drain will distribute to the growing of bacteria. Okay, number five is buildings, component and construction facilitate sanitary conditions. Okay, in this point, the manufacturer need to design building component to prevent harborage point and ensuring seal joint and absence of void. Okay, for example, company needs to prevent the uh, intersects wall or intersects table that will provide the space for harborage of insects. Okay, that's all from for prevention. Next is conclusion.
Okay, so the last part is conclusion. So first is the infestation of insect or pests cause a damage to the manufacturer. So if the manufacturer cannot um, cannot apply a hygienic and a good sanitation practices, high maintenance costs to repair the building of or facilities can occur to the manufacturer. Second is good housekeeping practices inside the manufacturer can reduce and prevent infestation happen inside the factory. So I think manufacturer can apply integrated pest management to control the amount of cockroaches and also reduce the potential of foodborne illnesses spreading and complying with food safety legislation. And last but not least is unawareness of the problem can lead to foodborne disease outbreak because now the manufacturer is not yet being fined for causing any foodborne outbreak, but sooner or later if they do not apply a good hygienic and sanitation practices, everything can turn around. So I think prevent is better than cure. So that's all from us. Thank you for lending your ears